Touba at the back and Ishak in attack. The Algeria squad has finally been released. I am pumped. Let's get into it. Hello and welcome back to another video on my channel. Wow. 24 names, Algerian names, to play Cameroon have finally been announced. There's literally days to go until the bloody game, so it had to come sooner or later. But yeah, it's here. It's 24 names. There's so many big talking points. Some I expected. I knew Guedioura was coming back. I knew Bunajah probably wasn't going to be in it. We did a video a few days ago about Benyatu taking his place. I'm surprised by some other things as well. For example, like Ben Rahman not coming at all, and a couple of other players that are missing. We'll get into all of that. So relax, get your tea, get your coffee. Let's kick it off with the goalkeepers. Again, always the easiest place to start. Rice and Bulhi in the squad, number 1. Alexander Okija in the squad, the number 2. And Mustafa Zagba, the number 3 goalkeeper, who's replaced Duha in recent times. Now, we know Mbulhi is probably going to start both games. Some people thought that Okija should come in, but again, he's a very good backup goalkeeper to have, playing in Ligue 1 for Metz. Brilliant backup. He's good enough to be number 1. Just Mbulhi's got that experience, been there, done it, and of course, we've got Zugba as well, who's having a good season in the Middle East. So, you know, 3 solid goalkeeping choices. I don't think the debate comes there. You know, Lucas Zidane was rumoured. He's nowhere to be seen. He still wants to be Spanish for now. The more interesting positions are the outfield areas, so we'll go with the defence next. Now, our 2 left-backs are Rami Bensebaini and this chap, Laouafi, from also playing in Tunisia. Now, this guy, he played in the Algerian league, then he moved to Tunisia and never played for Algeria before. Bensebaini is going to start. He's fully fit to play both games, hopefully, inshallah. No Mohamed Fares, no Ryan Aït-Nouri. Yanis Hamash probably would have come, but he picked up an injury. So Chetty doesn't have a club still. Is Chetty not played for since literally the Arab Cup? So Wafi is in the squad as a backup. It's going to be very, very bold to play him against Cameroon for your debut. But he's got to learn somehow. He's not like a young up-and-coming player. This is, you know, at the peak of his career, playing in Tunisia. Belmadi has opted for him. And again, it's only the backup option. I would have liked Ryan Aït-Nouri as the backup option, or even as the starter. We don't know what's going on there. Aït-Nouri's dad saying he hasn't been contacted since 2019. And even that was for a 5-minute phone call. Let's see what happens with that one. But Bensebaini is going to be the solid left-back. Even the same in the right-back position. Yusuf Artal, if fit, will be starting as the right back. Hossein Benayada had a good Arab Cup as well, but again, I don't understand why Akim Zadadka is not here. The guy has literally said, I want to play for Algeria, and Zadadka is not here. Well, I don't really understand that. Again, much better backup option, but if Artal is fit, he will be the one that's playing. In terms of the centre-backs, Belmadi has gone for 5 centre-backs, which means he might be planning a defensive masterclass. Issa Mandi and Djamel Belmadi, for me, are the 2 that should start. And then you've got Touba back in the squad. We had to get Touba back. How Touba didn't go to AFCON, I do not know. Touba in the squad, and then you've got Meli Tahra and Badarain as well. Tahra and Badarain, not the youngest of central defenders. Touba is one for the future. Get him to play some competitive football as well. Can't really argue with those 5 central defensive choices. As long as Mandi and Belmadi were starting with Touba there as well, I would have been happy. So again, that's the defence. I would have liked Aït-Nouri, I would have liked Zadadka, but that's sort of off-the-field reasons as to why they're not here. Now, these next midfield and attack positions is where it's going to get quite interesting. So in midfield, the 3 centre-mids that won us AFCON essentially are all here. Ismail Bennacer was always going to be here. Sofiane Feghouli, not 100% fit, missed Galatasaray's second leg against Barcelona, I believe. He's here. We did a video about Adlin Guedioura. Now, Guedioura, was he 36, 37? I kind of hinted it to you guys as well if you watched the Guedioura debate video. I told you, Guedioura was always going to come back. After the AFCON, Belmadi decided he wanted Guedioura back. Belmadi came to London, met Guedioura in London, told him he had to find a club if he wanted to be called up again. Guedioura tried to get a deal at Oran. They weren't paying the wages, so he moved to Burton. I actually, literally today, I was at Charlton against Burton watching Guedioura. He came on for 20 minutes and he was okay, but he needs to get the match fitness up. It's a big ask to play 90 minutes in Douala, in the heat, in the humidity. Now, some people don't want Guedioura back. For me, you need experience. This isn't the time you try new guys. You need experience here. You need experience. You've got a guy you can trust. Yes, he might get a yellow card, but he might bang one in from 25 yards, long range, bang, silence the Cameroon goalkeeper, Onana. I think Guedioura's here to start. He's playing again. He's got a couple of goals in League One already. I'm fully behind the decision to bring in Adlin Guedioura. He's come in and he's taken Haris Belkubla's place. Belkubla is not here. That's a bit harsh. He wasn't very good against Sierra Leone when he started, but to be dropped for a 36, 37-year-old Guedioura, it's a bit harsh. But I'm fully behind the decision to bring back Adlin. I think that in the long run it'll be good. Guedioura, by the way, doesn't want to just play in the Cameroon games. He actually wants to go to the World Cup. So this isn't like 2 games and that's it. He wants to go to the World Cup. He wants to take Algeria and then play in it. He is a good player. Yes, he's at the latter stages of career. Maybe he can't play 90 minutes, but you cannot underestimate the job he does. The physicality. You need physicality against Cameroon, in Cameroon. Winning the ball back, setting off the attacks. He can ping passes. I'm fully behind this. So, you know, Guedioura, Benassa, Feghouli could well be that midfield 3. We haven't got Belkubla. People saying they want Adam Zorgan here. Listen, Zorgan might be a great player in the future. You're not going to get to the World Cup with Adam bloody Zorgan. Zorgan's not going to take you to Qatar. Let me just tell you that now, right? He ain't going to decide whether you go to Qatar or not. So Zorgan, I can fully get behind why he's not here. And then you've got Boudaoui back involved. You've got Zarouki, still young, still learning. Got a few caps under his belt. Got his first international goal under his belt. And Sofiane Bendubka, after the Arab Cup he had, the AFCON he had, where he scored our only goal of the entire campaign, had to be there. So 6 centre mids, a lot more than we usually have. We went from playing 1 centre mid against Sierra Leone to now having 6 centre mids in the squad. So Belmadi has recognised that's a cause for concern. So Guedioura, Benassa, Feghouli, and Boudaoui, Zarouki, and Bendubka. No Belkubla, no Zorgan, no Bentaleb. Bentaleb was thrown into the mix. Bentaleb hasn't done enough to get back into the squad. Now we come to the attack. Boy, are there some big, massive calls. Now people are saying Belmadi's got the list wrong. Listen, if Belmadi has got the list wrong, we'll find out after the games, right? If Belmadi's got the list right and we get to the World Cup and he's spot on, all these journalists, they're going to look a bit stupid, aren't they? They're going to look pathetic. They've been bashing this list, and if we make it, they're in the mud. So we'll see what happens. He's going to create friction with the journalists. He already has, Belmadi, and the journalists we have are useless. But big calls. Let's talk about who's not here. Andy Delors, we knew wasn't going to come. Whether you like him or not, it's a big blow. It's a top striker. Scored the winner against PSG the other day. It's a quality striker. Would be our best striker. He's not here. Baghdad Bounedjah has not been selected to play Cameroon. Bounedjah not here. The guy that led the line at the last 2 AFCONs, led the line at the World Cup qualifying campaign up until now, not even in the squad. Right call. Been awful, been useless. I've been saying for a while he's not good enough. We won AFCON, he scored 2 goals. 1 penalty and 1 massive deflection in the final. And he even missed a penalty against Ivory Coast. That's why we had to go to extra time in the end for that game anyway. So, Baghdad out. I get behind. There would have been no point to take Benyetou and Bounedjah, 2 strikers from Qatar. There would have been no point taking both. They'd offer you the same outlet. And Benyetou is more in form than Bounedjah. So, we haven't got Bounedjah. Saïd Benrahma. We know Belmadi doesn't favour Benrahma. He favours Belali. Belali is always going to get the nod. He got his move to Europe, Belali. Yes, hasn't scored for them, but playing Liga certainly shows that he's serious. Benrahma been on the bench, had that little disagreement with Moyes, and he's like, I think he's a hard player to manage. Good player, but 2 managers that have had sort of issues with him off the field, Moyes and Belmadi. I can understand why he's not here. So Benrahma's not even in the squad. He scored a goal for Algeria, I think, against what was it, Djibouti or Niger, or whatever it was. But the game against Ivory Coast was terrible. Came off at half time. Sierra Leone came on, he missed an absolute sitter. I don't think we're missing out too much with Benrahma going, with Bounedjah going. Yassine Brahimi not in the squad. We saw the AFCON Brahimi had. He didn't want to pass to anyone. I can fully understand why Brahimi's not here. Adamu Nurse. That's an interesting one. I think that's the biggest one for me. I think Adamu Nurse is the biggest one for me. I think that's the one that shocks me the most, more than Bunaja and Ben Rahma. For me, Nurse is a talented player. Unless he's injured, I don't think he was in the latest Napoli squad. If he's injured, I can fully understand why he's not here. I think Adamu Nurse is a massive call to leave out. And it was unlucky not to even play at the last AFCON with the COVID or whatever. Also not here, the likes of your Farid Boulaya, Ilan Kebal, they're not here, Marizo Kane. Boulaya again, not in the squad. Harsh, isn't it? Or how are these players feeling? One, chopping and changing. 1 minute you're starting for Algeria, the next minute you're not even in the 23, 24-man squad. These are big calls by Belmadi. His job is on the line, and he knows it. His job is on the line. If we don't go to Qatar, he's gone. He is gone. So he had to make some tough calls. So these guys are not in the squad. Let's look at who is in the squad. And we've got Mahrez, of course, the captain, on the right. Back up to him is Rachid Gazelle. I liked watching Rachid Gazelle in recent performances with Algeria. I thought he did well. Doing okay at Besiktas. Understandable choice. So we've got Mahrez and Gazelle on the right. Only Belaili on the left. We went from having Ben Rahma, Brahimi and Belaili to just Belaili on that left, which for me makes me think Ishak Belfadil, who was in Belmadi's first squad for Algeria, or second squad, in 2018, hasn't played for Algeria for over 3 years. Ishak Belfadil at Hertha Berlin, scored today, by the way, in the Bundesliga, is back in the squad. So the three strikers are Islam Slimani, Ishak Belfadil, and Mohamed Benyatou. Obviously, Delors not here, Bounedjah's not here, Darfulu's not here. We made a video about strikers, didn't we? I think a few weeks ago. We said Benyatou, Darfulu, Belfadil. 2 of those are here, interestingly. So, anyway, Belfadil's a massive call. He's playing in the Bundesliga. He's Algerian. The Mustagan Messi, shall we call him? I think he's in here as a left wing. I think he's going to be backup left wing for Belaili. I think that's what Belmadi's thinking. Slim down the middle. Benyatou, like I said, he's a bleeder striker. He'll be right at home in bleeder. You know, what a time to make your debut for the Algerian national team. So he's in. Amora's not here. Oh, poor Amora. He's gone to AFCON. He hasn't kicked a ball and now he's not here. Poor lad. Anyway, these are the names. Now we look at this and I'm like, can this beat Cameroon? I think it can. I think with Guedioura in there, he'll do a real job breaking up play. I think with Benyatou and Belfadil, you've got 2 players that Cameroon can't watch videos on for Algeria because they haven't played. I think that's why they're there, because if it was Bounedjah, you can watch videos of Algeria's games, plan how to deal with him. For this, like, how do you deal with Benyatou? He's never played for Algeria. How do you deal with Belfadil? You can't go on the videos, watch how they're doing. So it's an interesting squad. Anyway, I'm very happy. I think this can do a real job. I think this can take on Cameroon. Belfadil, Guedioura, Tuba, you know, names coming back in. This is very interesting. I like what Belmadi's done. I'd say it's risky, but it's like an educated risk. These guys are more than capable of beating Cameroon over 2 legs. I think over a one-off game would have been more difficult. The fact that we've never lost in bleeder, and you throw in Benyatou and Guedioura breaking up play, and Guedioura getting a cheer every time he tackles someone. Look, I'm pumped. I think this squad can do the business. And massive calls to leave out Saeed, to leave out Baghdad, Adamu Nurse, you know. But this is what you could do in management. You're paid to make the big decisions, and ultimately you either pay the price or you're deemed a hero. And if this does pay off, then what an opportunity for these players to go to the World Cup, because they would have earned it. But anyway, let me know your thoughts down below in the comments on this Algeria squad, which we finally know. A massive week of content on the way. Massive pre-match build-up to all 5 World Cup qualifiers taking place on Friday the 25th of March. It's going to be absolutely insane. Then we're going to have the second leg on the 29th, and then we've got the World Cup draw on April the 1st. Will Algeria be there? We'll find out very soon. Leave your comments down below about the Algeria squad. Thank you so much for watching. Take care of yourselves. Have a great weekend. I shall see you very soon, inshallah. Thank you for watching.